What is going on, guys? Alan here. Welcome back to the channel and another video, and actually the first modification to the F-250. Haven't figured out what I'm going to call her yet. I want to make it good, so but like I said, there's not going to be a whole lot of content on this truck, but if you guys know me, I like to swap out headlights because I mean there's nothing like the clarity of LED. And like I said before, I love it when people just flash me going down the road. And these suck. These definitely suck. These are the old-fashioned seal beam. Brights are good. I'll say that. The brights are good, but the low beams are terrible. I think they're the H6054s. But either way, they're seal beam. And back in the day, you didn't have an option. You just replaced the whole seal beam unit. But today, there's an option. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, so the first thing you want to see, obviously I have the XL package. With that you get the standard headlight, which is seal beam here, and then you get the trim ring around it, and then your side markers and turn signal. Nothing special. These trucks were offered as a cheap work truck. You know, cheaper, I should say. Not cheap. Oh, the hood's heavy as crap. But, so these guys right here, they're pretty simple to get to. Before I mess with it though, I am going to mark my beams. And I know that this one needs to be adjusted up and in just a touch, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, so I have the center of the hot spots marked. I tweaked this one a little, so we should be good. Marked here. You can kind of see it. Green tape. So, let's get started. Alright, there they are. So, pretty simple here. First thing you want to do is pop out your side marker and turn signal. All they are held in by little tabs. All you gotta do is pull them and pop them out. As long as you can get a good grip on it. There we go. There. Just like that. And if you want, you can unplug them, move them out of the way, but we don't need to do that. It's not necessary. Next, you have 3 Phillips head screws. 1, 2, and one more down here. Take them out. Alright, so all 3 screws are out of the headlight bezel. And then, you know, safely place them somewhere. This probably isn't the best decision because, you know, you could forget about them, fly down the road, and they can come back into puncture your air intake, get sucked into the turbo, and have mass chaos. Probably not, but hey, look, comes right off after that. That's easy. So this isn't held on by pins or anything, so don't just sit here and force it off. Now we have the headlight, sealed beam. 4 screws, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and those hold on this chrome bezel. After you take them off, everything should be able to come out. So let me show you here. I had to hit the 4 screws with penetrating oil. The top ones came out, the bottom ones will not come out. So I'm like, well, instead of drilling them out and replacing them, which I have plenty of screws, but I just don't want to do that. I just bent the bezel down, and then you can pull out the whole sealed beam. And I did. I tried it on both sides, and I'm like, yep. So I'm just gonna bend this down as well. Go out the same way. All right, so let's talk about our options here. Option number 1 is you can find a aftermarket sealed beam light that's all, you know, sealed up, and then it's just plug and play, or you can go the route I did. I like LEDs, and one thing I've learned is sometimes to get it right, you need to try multiple different bulbs, and depending on the style of your headlight, they all work different. So I like to keep my options open. So I wanted something that I could put this BeamTech H4 bulb in, Well, sealed beam options are you can get a universal housing. This is a popular size for Jeeps as well. But you get the housing and it accepts an H4 bulb, which is a high and a low beam in the same bulb. And then you can put whatever bulb you want in. So that's what I did. So this kit right here, link in the description below. Not sponsored by any means. This is just what I picked out. Here you go, Amazon. So be wasteful and put another box inside of a box. Why not? So anyway, sidetracked. This option here came with a pair of the housings, and they came with halogen H4 bulbs, which are probably way better than the sealed beam units that are in there. So I'll have some spare bulbs, but I think these were 45 bucks. All right. So there's those. This is the whole unit here. It's plastic instead of glass. And then you have the bulb is already on the inside. So you take your dust cover off here, and then it clips. You got your H4 clip here, and then should just pull out. There we go. There's your H4 halogen bulb. Okay, housing's gonna work great because I got these. These are, I haven't tried these, and if you haven't noticed, I try a different bulb every time. So these are from BeamTech. BeamTech is known for making compact bulbs with heat sinks without fans. I've had good luck with LED bulbs that don't have heat sinks at all, let alone a fan. So this shouldn't be any different. So we'll try it. But if you notice on here, you've got one set of diodes for low beam and one set for high beam, both sides. So this is what we're going to use. It's directly plug and play. You've got a ground, you got a low beam, and a high beam. So let's try and fit this bad boy in here and see what it does. I noticed that on the BeamTech, you can twist and take this piece off. All right, so there. Now the base is clipped in. Now, so I put the grommet on, and then I should just be able to put her in there like that and turn it and lock it in. All right, so as you can see, all I did was, you know, kind of massage this rubber seal carefully between the clip and the locking ring for the bulb. So here goes nothing. Or hopefully here goes everything. There she is. You saw it here first. Now I did notice when I test plugged these in that these fall right out of the socket over there. So all right, so next what I got going on here is this bad boy was so corroded. It was just bad, not getting a good connection. The terminals were loose. So I ran down to Napa, and for $7 I got 2 new sealed beam sockets. Just tapped them in there, and then that should fix their connection issue. I'm gonna try them out. All right, that's what they look like. Get them put in. All right, so I got both new plugs on. Both are tested. Now it's time to put them back in. And it's the opposite as taking them out. Easy. Time to see how bad our lights are off. All right, so that one's not too shabby at all, honestly. That one looks like it needs to come down. And these, you know, you can give them a little love tap and see if they move at all. But yeah, that one definitely has got to come down. I think that should be good right there. And let's see what the high beams look like. I don't know. We'll have to see. Can't see with the high beams right now. I don't know if it'll be any good. I think I gotta drop that down a little bit more. Real quick, I made a discovery. Just so everybody's aware, there are in fact 2 screws on the bottom and 2 screws on the top for this bezel. The tab was broke off on that side, and nobody ever put a screw back in on that side. So, just so you know. And there we are, all back together. Good as new, because they are new. Alright, so here's the finished product at night here. Head on, they look really good. Pattern, it's showing up better on camera, honestly, than it really is. I can see a lot of dark spots right in here. And then the brights are kind of, they're all over the place. I know it doesn't show up very good on here. Let's see if I can get close. I mean, you can tell, you can see the dark spots all through here. What that is, the bulbs just aren't working in the housing. Bulbs aren't working in the housing as you would hope them to. All right, so there you have it for the these aftermarket housings. Not a bad deal. You can pick you can play around with whatever bulbs might work for you in that housing. BeamTechs, I mean, they're better upgrade than stock, but, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with BeamTech bulb. For this housing, they're not working the greatest. So I have another idea. Yeah, so you got a couple seal beam upgrade options out there, and in my next video on the headlights for this truck, we'll search the other option. But definitely right now I'm going to roll with it for a while. They're better upgrade, and then I'm going to see which option is better, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Till next time, later.